Hey guys, welcome to the Team Panacea call. We do this call every Tuesday night at 8:30 Central. So you go to a place, figure out what's going on, find out what works, what doesn't work, and listen to leaders throughout the network on what's working for them. Tonight, super excited. We have a fellow Disney lover, Danny, on the call. She's 6-star. And I'm can only assume you made Success Club 10 last month. I know you did because you had like 46 points when I looked, but so that means 51 plus months in Success Club 10. I think you were telling me like every month that you've been a coach, you made Success Club 10. Is that right, or pretty close? Or
almost.
okay, we'll go with almost, but still 51 is pretty insane. 46 points. I don't know what day that was when I was talking to you, but that's also pretty insane. So Danny's going to be talking to us in particular tonight about Instagram, and you did a national wake-up call on this, right? Or a national coach call, I guess they call it now. Recently, the 9 steps, and so you're going to kind of just be going over that and talking tips and anything that you have for Team Cup. I'd love for you to kind of just throw that in there too. And I'm going to mute myself, and please take it away.
Okay. Yeah, I ended July with a C51. So my name is Danny. I have been coaching since 2015. I won't go super into my story just because if you listen to the National Wake Up Call, you already heard it, so I don't want to bore you with that. But basically, I just wanted to lose 10 pounds that I had gained after my wedding. I had already been doing the challenge groups for 4 or 5 months before I signed up as a coach, and I literally had 0 results because I wasn't following the diet and I wasn't drinking Shakeology and was still eating like garbage and thinking 30 minutes a day was gonna get me to my dream body. Apparently that didn't happen. So I decided to sign up as a coach, and I thought, you know what, I'm having a great time in the group. I really like the accountability in the community, and everyone's really nice. And if I can make an extra $100, $200 a month, then that would be great. I was a bar manager at the time, so I was making great money. But you know, we always could use more money. So I thought if I could get a little extra shopping money, that would be great. And 11 months into my business, I ended up getting fired in a 2-minute phone call from my boss of 7 years, who basically just said, the new owners think you're too negative. You don't work here anymore. I was at my husband's holiday company party, and I had to pull him aside, CFO, so that was awesome. I had to pull him aside and tell him not only that I had lost my job, but that I had $61,000 in debt that he knew nothing about. So that was the worst moment of my life. And he just looked at me and he's like, whatever you're stressed about, we got it. And so the next day, a girl called and was like, hey, I have a bar position for you. If you want it, it's yours. And I looked at my husband and I said, what should we do? And he's like, well, what makes you the happiest? And I said, Beachbody. And he said, well, then let's go for it. So with his support, I have been home now full time for 4 years. And we got pregnant at the end of 2016. So I never had to worry for a moment if I would have to go back to work. I never had to get a text saying my baby took her first steps or said her first words. I've got to be here for everything that she's ever experienced. And I was never something that I wanted. I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. My mom worked my whole life. She was in the Air Force for 20 years. She was a mail carrier for over 15 years, single mom, and she worked her ass off to give us a great life. And I love working, and I've always wanted to work, so I never wanted to stay home. But when I was able to have a passion and a purpose in life, but also get to be home with my daughter, I really couldn't think of anything else that would bring me more joy. And so I know that just being a mom isn't enough for me. I need something that's just my own. I need my own money. I need my own achieving and all of that thing. And that's what Beachbody has been for me. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to grow your business on social media, and just kind of how I approach my business and how I feel like I've been able to find so much success. So I am currently a 6-star diamond in my first business center, a 1-star diamond in my second, but we are an 8-star qual in my first and 4-star qual in my second. And we've already achieved elite for the year. So if you don't know what elite is, it's kind of a big deal. We've already achieved it. This will be our first time elite. We've been premier the last 2 years, and we ended 2019 with 347 coaches on the team. As of this morning, there's 915 coaches on our team. So this year really just changed everything. So if you're newer in the business and you feel like it's not going your way quite yet, just hang in there. If you keep doing the work, I promise that it'll happen for you. But I kind of came out the gates running. You know, I just did what successful people told me to do. They told me I needed to post on social media. I was a ghost on social media. I never posted anything, even though I was a collegiate cheerleader. A lot of cool stuff was happening to me, and I never posted anything. So when they told me, you know, this was 2015, you got to post 3 to 5 times a day, I'm like, are you freaking crazy? I'm not doing that. But I did, because I'm very coachable. So if someone successful before me told me to do something, I'm going to do it, because I don't believe that people are trying to steer me in the wrong direction. So I've built up a lot of consistency and a lot of trust over the years. So, but I will tell you, even to this day, to hit the numbers that I have to hit, I have to go invite all those people. I do not wake up to an inbox flooded full of people banging down my door trying to get challenge packs from me. But I hit over SC40 every single month, without fail. So I go get those people, and I know that, and I know that I have a gift, so I'm going to go share it with people. So I think sometimes people see coaches who hit high numbers and they think, oh, everyone must just come to them. Nope. Ain't nobody barking up my tree to get in my group or on my team, right? Like, I invite people and I follow up with them, and people eventually join me. So I just want to make that clear. You know, even when I did the national wake up call, Sandy's like, oh, I'm sure, you know, at this point, everyone just comes to you. I'm like, not me. So, but I have built up that consistency and that trust. So people do refer people to me. People who have ghosted me 9, 10 times will finally respond to 11th message, because I am so consistent and I'm going to keep showing up no matter what. Okay, so, you know, they told me to post on social. I did. And of course, we all start with the worst post ever, right? Like the got my Shakeology, and people are like, what the fuck is that? And I'm just like, okay, right? Like, we all evolve over time. So the best thing I can tell you is you don't need to be a billboard for Beachbody. You need to be a billboard for you and build whatever your brand is. So my brand is fashion, fitness, family, friends, and Disney. Those are the things I love. So those are the things I talk about all the time. So if you come to my Instagram, you're going to see that represented in my 9 squares. If I go to your Instagram or Facebook, whatever you're using, and I can't tell who you are or what you're about, I'm not going to join you. So you, number one, need to figure out who you are. What are your 5 roles in life? I just told you mine. Okay. So when you go and you look at my 9 squares, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see Disney. You're going to see friends. You're going to see my daughter. You're going to see my husband. And you're certainly going to see things that give you the inclination that I'm into fitness in some way, shape, or form. If you're getting invites to be a coach or to join boot camps in your inbox, it's probably not real clear that you're a coach. But you aren't going to see anything Beachbody branded on my page, right? And it's not because I'm embarrassed. I bleed Beachbody blue. I love it. I get physically angry when people tell me they don't like Shakeology. Like, I will punch you in the throat, okay? Like, I love Beachbody, but I know that others, it might turn them off. So I'm going to brand myself and what I love and what I'm doing. And then people are going to trust me. And then it doesn't matter what I'm doing, because they like me. They want to do whatever I'm doing. People want to join people who are happy, people who are confident, and people who are going somewhere. So do your followers know where you're going? Do they know that you're excited and happy to be a coach? If they don't, they're probably going to join somebody else. So at the end of the day, most of your followers or friends on your social are probably following 4 to 10 other coaches. Don't let those other coaches sign up your potential coaches and customers. Okay. And there's 9 steps that I go through every single day. I have it on my tracker. I've made my own tracker. If you follow the BAT, that's totally fine. Just make sure you're following a tracker. There's 9 things I go through every single day that I make sure no ifs, ands, or buts are on my stories. Okay. If you're not doing Instagram or Facebook stories, you need to. Okay. You still have to post once a day. That way you can stay relevant in people's minds, but you need to be doing stories, because it's the fastest way to get people to trust you, because it's real time. They can see what you're about. They can hear your voice, right? They can't hear your voice in your post. Most people don't even take the time to read a post, right? So make sure that you're in stories. One post a day, make sure it's within your 5 roles. Coaching should be a role. And then there's 9 things I share. So every single day I share my energize. You can do it however you want. You don't need to make a TikTok. Probably shouldn't be on TikTok anyways. It's bad. Anyways, but you don't need to make a TikTok. Just share your energize in some way, shape, or form. Do you know how many messages I get? What is that yellow stuff you're drinking? Exactly. What is this yellow stuff I'm drinking? Let me tell you about it, right? Like Beachbody should send me freaking residual checks for Energize for how much I sell Energize for them. Okay. So make sure that you're talking about the things that excite you. Maybe it's not Energize, but for me, I literally cannot live without Energize. So Energize every single morning. I love to tag. You can tag up to 10 people. I tag my coaches so they can share it in their stories. I think one of the biggest detriments that coaches do is they talk about team and community, and then all it ever is pictures of them, videos of them. Like, where's the team? Where's the community? Obviously, right now we can't be in person. So this is a great way to show that you have a team, that you have a tribe, that you have a community that is doing all these fun things with you. Because people want to be a part of something, right? When people see that other people are doing something, they just automatically want to do it because they don't want to be left out. So showing them that others are doing what you're doing will make it more real to them. Okay, so show your energize. 3 to 5 clips of your workout. This is a huge downfall of new coaches. They're so afraid of video. And I'm like, if people could see what you're doing, they would be more likely to do it with you. If it's always just like, just finished my workout, sweaty selfie, like, great. I'm really glad you're committed to your program. But if I could just have a little snippet of what you're doing, I could see myself in you and then say, well, I could do that. I could do those moves. I could do that from my house. Wow, she's getting those results from her living room. You bet your ass I am, right? Get on in here. Let's do this thing, okay? So showing 3 to 5 clips of your workout. I like to make it fun. I add music. I add my thought of the day. If the trainer says something that sparks a thought in you, if your PD sparked a thought in you, if at any time in your workout you thought about giving up, or you thought about something that someone said, or you had a really successful moment where you're able to do a move that you couldn't do before, that's your thought of the day. Talk about that in your story with your font, okay? People aren't going to want to watch 5 clips of silence of you doing workout moves. So make it a little entertaining and they'll stick around, I promise you. And people will tell me all the time, I look for your story and it gets me out of bed and I'm like, okay, if she can do it, I need to go move my ass. And it's like, great. Like, you'll never understand the power of the impact you're having if you don't show up, okay? And you'll never have that impact if you're hiding, okay? So whether it's one person that you help get moving today, whether or not it's with Beachbody, that's an impact that you should want to make, okay? So showing 3 to 5 clips of your workout, then always showing your Shakeology or Recover. New coaches are constantly telling me, well, nobody wants the challenge pack. They just want bod. Like, the day I sell a bod standalone is a cold day in hell, okay? Like, I just don't sell bod standalones. Why would I? They need the total solution, okay? Like, every once in a while, if someone messages me and says, hey, I see this $99 deal, I'd love to give you my business. I, of course, say, okay, but you can get this. And they're like, no, I just want the workouts. I'm like, sure, right? But I'm never going into an invite like, hey, let me get you this $39 bod. That's just not my MO, okay? So I'm always getting them hooked up with a challenge pack. Why? Because they're getting Shakeology 50% off. Why wouldn't they at least give it a try? If they hate it, I don't require them to order again. Have a great time doing your workouts. But I know for me, Shakeology was a game changer in me getting results. I know it was a game changer in my stepson losing 110 pounds in the last year. I know it's a game changer. They need to have it. At least try it. Give it a try. You hate it? Oh, well, thanks for trying. Okay? So showing your Shakeology and or Recover, whichever one you use, or both, is going to make you have less objections when you're trying to sell a challenge pack. If you're only ever showing workouts, don't be confused if people only want workouts from you. Because why? Because people want whatever you talk about. Whatever you talk about is what people want from you. So if you're not selling anything, it's because you're not talking about anything. Okay. So if you want people to join your boot camps, talk about the fact that you have a boot camp that they can join. If you want people to join your team, talk about that you're on a team and that they can join you. Okay. It's so simple and we make it so hard. But I'm telling you, whatever you talk about is what people want from you. So what are you talking about? Okay. For me, I want women to join the team. So that's all I talk about is being a coach, why they should be on the team, why it's changed my life, the things I get to do, all of the things, mentoring, new coaches. That's all I talk about. I know I can fill a boot camp. Why? Because I show my workouts every single day. So I don't have to talk about workouts to fill a boot camp because people are seeing me work out. They're going to want to join a boot camp because they're seeing me work out every single day. So again, that comes back to that consistency. I'm showing up every single day, being proof that the products work. Of course, they're going to want to join a boot camp. But I want coaches, so I only talk about coaching. But part of my job as being a coach is working out. So it all plays a part. Okay. And then every single day, you need to be in your stories, inviting to your team or to your boot camp. Okay. And when I say every day, that means every day. It's weird. I say every day and people are like, oh, I'll just do it whenever I feel like it. But no, it's actually every day. Okay. And it's not annoying. Let's think about this. How many people actually read every word you write? Very few. How many people actually see every post you ever put up? Very few. How many people watch their stories at work with no sound on? A lot. Okay, so they're not hearing or reading or seeing everything you're doing. So in your head, you're saying, I'm so annoying. I just talked about this yesterday. I'm so annoying. I just posted about this yesterday. If you go to my Instagram, every single post I make is about coaching. Every single one, every single day. And they all end in a call to action. Because I'm not naive to think that everyone sees every post I've ever made and listens to every word I've ever said on my story. And I'm not going to miss out on a chance to help someone get started because they didn't see my post that day. That's not going to happen. Okay. Because guess what? My favorite stores email me what feels like 3 times a day. Okay. So I'm not going to miss a chance to help someone get started because if I miss, then guess what? The 4 to 10 other coaches that they're following, they post that they have a boot camp or a new coach mentorship, they're going to sign up with them. And then I'm going to be pissed. Okay. So I'm not going to miss a chance. So every single day I say this talking on my story, talking, not in text. Okay. Because again, people are not, they're probably not going to read, but if they see you talking, they might stop to listen, still put like subtitles so they can get the gist if they're at work. Right. Okay. But I'm talking about it so they can hear my excitement. They can hear my voice so they can get to know me. The faster they get to know me, the faster they're going to join me. Okay, so I got to be in there every single day, being as Danny as I can frickin' be. All right. After that, I show a meal. It could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't really matter. I just show people that I'm eating real food. Because what do people think about shakes? They think you got to drink 3 a day and starve yourself. Well, I want them to know that's not true. Like, yeah, I just had a shake, but now I'm having breakfast, and now I'm going to have a snack. Now I'm going to have lunch. Now I'm going to have dinner. Okay, I want people to know that I am eating real food. Why? Because I want them to see that this is realistic. This isn't a starvation thing. This isn't drink 3 shakes a day, right? I want them to see that I'm relatable so that they can see themselves in me so that they want to join. Okay. After that, personal development, whether it's a podcast, a Zoom, or a book, I'm showing that mental health is a real thing. So a lot of people would probably be more interested to join you if they knew part of their job was to work on their mental health. So are you sharing that and not just taking a picture of your book every single day? Maybe you take a picture of a book one day, or you take a picture of a podcast, or you get on your story and talk about what you learned, or you get on your story and you read a paragraph that really spoke to you, or you talk about what you learned and how you're going to relate it to your real life or what it made you think of. Right? Like all of these are valuable areas that you could be sharing with your followers. And they're, again, going to get to know you faster and they're going to trust you. Maybe they don't join you right away, but maybe you create a raving fan out of them and they tell everyone they know to sign up with you. I have people who are not customers of mine who will tag me and share my stuff and say, if you're looking to do Beachbody, you should sign up with her. And they're not customers of mine. They're not coaches of mine, but they follow me and I've created a raving fan out of them. That's what you want. You want raving fans. Okay. After that, a boomerang of anything doesn't really matter. That could be in one of the things you already did, but Instagram rewards its users for using its features. So using GIFs, using music, using stickers, using polls, questions, all of that, Instagram will reward you and show your stuff to more people when you use the features that it provides for you. Okay. I try to make sure I always show something of me working, and I like to hashtag Coach Life. I think the more crystal clear we can make what we do, the less objections we'll get, right? And the less people who will join and then quit because it's totally something different than they thought. If they think all we do is dance around in the kitchen and go on tropical vacations, they're probably not going to want to work hard, and they're probably going to quit real fast, okay? Not that the business is hard, but it is mentally tough, okay? So they have to be a self-starter. They have to see that, yeah, you do have setbacks. You do have failures. I share every failure I've ever had in the business. I shared at month 16, I missed Success Club one time in my business. Pains me that I even have to fucking admit that, but I missed it, and I never let it happen again. We missed Elite 3 years in a row. 2 of those years we were Premier, but right? I've shared every single year that we've missed Elite. I've shared when we missed rank. I've shared when we've dropped rank. I've shared when people have quit and broke my heart. I've shared when people have said really mean things to me on the internet. Okay. I share all the failures because I don't want people coming in thinking I was just this overnight success and that all of a sudden these paychecks I'm making were just because I showed up and did workouts. Like, yeah, that's part of it, but you actually have to work, right? And I had a woman say, I didn't think it would be this hard. And that was a wake-up call to me that I'm only showing the fun. So you have to show people that this is hard work. But guess what happens when you do that? You attract people who want to work hard, okay? Because there are women out there and men. There are men and women out there who want to achieve, who maybe feel bored in their job or have climbed as high as they can go and need a challenge. This could be their challenge. There are people who don't get rewarded and recognized even though they work their ass off at their job. This could be how they get recognized for hard work. There's so many different avenues on how to get people excited about doing this, and we miss out because we think we're workouts and shakes. Like, we're just so much more than that. It's just so silly when people don't get it, okay? And then you need to talk in at least 5 clips, okay? So again, I know a lot of times people are really nervous. Remember, it's not live. If you don't like how you sound, just exit out. But my opinion, done is always better than perfect. So get it up there. You'll get better the more you do it. You definitely won't get better if you keep not doing it and keep erasing it every time you do it. And eventually it'll be like brushing your teeth, right? It'll just roll off your skin. You'll just know, oh yeah, I got to get on and talk today. But having those little reminders helps me stay on track to make sure that I'm sharing the things that I know are going to bring business to me. Because it's too easy to get caught up, well, I was on social. Okay, but your last 10 posts were about your dog. Like, okay, great, your dog's adorable, but that's not going to build a business. So if you want people to come into your business, they have to know that there's a business for them to come into. Okay, so those are my tips. I don't know if you guys do like Q&A. I'm more than happy. I think there was a question or two.
Yeah, we do have some questions, but so if I could just real quick, can you just say like, okay, number 1 was this, and just go back through it again so that we have it like by the numbers, because you had some really great nuggets where I was like, wait, is that one of the numbers, or is that something I should be writing off in the column? So yeah, okay. Number 1 was energize.
Number 2, 3 to 5 workout clips. So anything less than 3 is confusing. Anything more than 5 is like, we got it.
Right, okay.
The days where I showed every single move of cardio flow, like, oh, I want to kill myself. Okay. Next, number 3 is Shakeology or Recover. Okay. Number 4, invite to your team or boot camp. Number 5, show a meal. Number 6, your personal development for the day. Number 7, a boomerang of anything. And don't boomerang like 6 times in a row. Like it one time is good. God, this girl, I have to unfollow her. Like it's just boomerang after like it makes me dizzy. I'm like, okay, not everything needs to be a boomerang. Okay. Number 8 is hashtag coach life. So showing something of you working. And then number 9, talking in at least 5 clips.
All right, that's awesome. And you know what, man? I can't believe I'm sitting here. I'm like, holy cow! I've been a coach for over 11 years, and I've never heard "done is better than perfect." Like, how have I never heard that? Like, I was talking to a coach the other day, and she was like, "I'm working on my invite," and I'm like, "Yeah, that should take like 30 seconds." You know, you're overthinking it. She's like, well, what does yours look like? And I just like rattled one off. And she's like, yeah, I was overthinking it. But, I mean, said every coach ever, right? Us included, I'm sure. Um, or you've got the coach that asks you a question about their post, and then you touch base with them 2 days later and like, hey, how'd that go? And they're like, well, I was waiting to hear what you thought. And I'm like, no, that was 2 days ago. Okay, so Shannon had a couple of questions. She wants to know about, you're tracking your specific conversations, stuff like that. So you said you created your own tracker. So is that reference your list of 9 here, or is it something else? And is that something you would share with the team?
Yeah, I'll share with it. So this is my tracker. I just laminate it and then I just fill it out each day. So
Cool.
add to your network, Facebook and Instagram. I utilize both. If you don't, then whatever. And then story replies. So show interest in your followers. I think a lot of people skip this.
Mhm.
They're like, no one's liking or commenting on my post. And it's like, yeah, do you like or comment on people's posts? Right? Like, I mean, it's more comments. Facebook and Instagram will reward you for engagement, and engagement is only considered if the comment has 4 or more words, so not emojis. So you need to reply to everybody who leaves you a comment, even if it's those stupid bots on Instagram. Still reply to them and just say thank you so much. Okay, so make sure it's 4 words. Okay, because Instagram rewards for engagement. So if they see a lot of people or bots responding to your posts and you reply to all of them, they're going to show your content to more. You probably have examples of this. Like one post you do kills, right? And a million people are replying, and you're replying to all of them, and all of a sudden, like it's just like all day you feel like you're just in this post, right? Obviously, that doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes you're like, woo, right? But so they will reward you. So even, anybody that takes the time to reply to you, reply to them. Because one, they took the time out to reply to you. They did not have to. They could have just and kept moving. So you going and doing that same thing. So I like to split up my engagement between commenting on posts and then replying to stories, because I want people to reply to my stories. So whatever you want, you gotta go give. Okay, so go give comments, go give love, go get, I always love on Facebook. I heard that's better than just liking. And then replying to people's stuff. And so then birthdays, always wish people a happy birthday. It literally takes 30 seconds and it's so nice. My birthday is my favorite day, so I love when people wish me happy birthday. And then non-negotiables, workout, Shakeology, personal development. Check the team page. Good God. Check the team page. You got to mark that off. And then check into your challenge group. This was a big thing. I was like having all these new coaches come in. I mean, I signed a lot of coaches and they're like never checking into the challenge group, and they're adding people. And I'm like, what's going on here? Where's the disconnect? So making sure that you took the time to go check into the challenge group, so whoever you're adding sees you as a presence in there. Social media posts, so either do a workout Shakeology post or a lifestyle post, and then did it have a call to action? I put a call to action on every post that I do. You don't have to do that, but I do. Again, not missing out. And then daily stories, those 9 things that we went over, and then invites and follow-ups.
So, okay, there's DJ wants to say, she's asking, so you tag people in your stories to help it get seen by more people?
Yeah. So every morning, I tag 10 coaches in my Energize story. I try to tag new coaches. I do have OG coaches. They tag me every single morning. So I, of course, share their stuff. So I share it because, again, I want people to see, like, hey, success goes beyond me. Hey, the fun goes beyond me. Look at all these cool women who are on my team. Like, they're so fun. They're all doing this. We're all having a great time. Come be a part of it. And then I think it's great for new coaches, because maybe no one else on the team knows them but me. So I'll tag them in my stories to try to get them to start tagging me so I can share their stuff. I just think it's really important to show the community, because so often we talk about that and then you go and look and you're like, well, you're the only one ever in your pictures. Like, do you really have a team, or are you just making it up? Right? So I think it's important to just show, like, hey, women, men of all shapes and sizes do this and we're having a great time. Like, come do it with us.
And so you post in your regular feed every day too, outside of your stories, just one post at least,
One
right?
post. Yes.
And have any books that you recommend? I think there's a couple of questions in the chat, but Shayla wants to know any books that you recommend.
Yeah, so I think it's really important to gear your personal development towards wherever you're struggling, because I've read a lot of great books and, they might resonate with me, but maybe they're not, what you need right now. So they might not resonate with you. But my favorite books are The Go Giver. You can get it on Audible. The narrator's voice is awesome. He feels like a grandpa. I just want to like sit there and listen to him. Anyways, it's such a great book. It just basically talks about the more you give, the more you're going to receive. So that has been my favorite from the very beginning. I'm a type 3 on the Enneagram, so I can definitely get into the, like, what can I get? What can I achieve? Like, what shirt can I earn? Like, I can get into that mindset really easily. So it always just like brings me back, like, no, I'm in this to help people. Like, the more I help people, the more, I offer more value, the more I will receive. So that one always brings me back to reality, that it's just all about helping people. And I love Get Over Your Damn Self. It was written by one of the top people in Roden and Field. So it's very specific to network marketing. So I love that book. What else do I love? Anything by Grant Cardone. Be Obsessed or Be Average. And I love to listen to him on Audible. He just gets me fired up. 10X Rule, Sell or Be Sold. Those are all Grant Cardone. Really great. He's more business minded and he's not like kumbaya. Of course, I love like Rachel Hollis too, but that's like, I really like Grant Cardone because I am all about tough love. So that really resonates with me. So when he's like, don't be a little bitch, I'm like, fuck yeah, like, yeah, but maybe that's not you, but that's totally me. I'm like, yeah, let's go do it. So really good. So Grant Cardone says in Sell or Be Sold, it's never about the money. It's never about the money. It's that what you have to offer, they don't think is the solution to their problem. And that was game changing for me when I read that a few years ago, because that's what number one thing we get is price objection. And so it just really showed me that I have to show the value of what I'm doing. And so I talk about it all the time. I'm like, bot is 44 cents a day. If you break down the challenge pack over 12 months, I think you're worth 44 cents a day. So really showing people the value of what they get when they sign up, because when people think it's like $1 million or they don't think it's worth that, but then they'll go join Orange Theory, which is $160 a month instead of paying $160 for the year. So that just has always stuck with me. And that's really helped me hone in how I talk, how I present on social, and then how I coach my new coaches to do that same thing, because that's the number one objection we get is price. So letting people know, all the time, I'm like, okay, I paid $140 to start this business. I'd pay 10 times that to be where I am now. Right. But people are like, oh, $140 to start a business. I'm like, well, you clearly have no fucking clue about reality, because if you're going to open a McDonald's, it'd be like $1 million and that's just for the fucking building. So you clearly don't know what's expensive and what's not. So I don't say that, but just really helped me in talking about how can I show that this is the best bang for your buck. You are not going to get anything worth more for less money than you are joining me.
That's a great. I've never really thought about, like, I'm sitting here thinking about like making a post or a story about, if I knew now, or if I knew then what I know now, what would I have paid to sign up? You know, knowing what we've earned and the life that we've been able to create and design, and it would be six figures easy. You know, I'd have paid six figures to start. Um, okay, so there's several. I'm going to stop talking and let you just look at the chat and let you answer some of these questions.
Books. Do you track all the convos? Hitting SC40 means you're talking to a lot of people. How do you handle the volume? So I only track people that I invite. Otherwise, I don't need to write down if I talk to them. That's stupid. Okay, so I only track people that I invite. I literally just use an Excel spreadsheet. I'm very much a pen and paper girl, but people's names get lost on pen and paper. So I had to start an Excel spreadsheet. That way I can alphabetize it. I can leave notes like, okay, she's a psychopath, like, block her. Okay, right? Like, I can leave little notes, or like pregnant, didn't invite, right? If I got to her on my list, I literally just like to go down alphabetically when it comes to Facebook. When it comes to Instagram, I invite mainly from people who are watching my stories. And people who are liking my posts. I find that a lot of people, not everybody watches stories and not everyone reads posts. So I have a core group of people who are really solid, who watch my story every single day. So they've probably gotten a lot of invites from me. But then I'll go to my posts and I'm like, wow, there's like 10, 15 people I've never even seen watching my stories. So I'll go invite them. I'm very much in the mindset, if you're in my business, I'm going to invite you to my business, because when you're reading my posts, when you're watching my stories, you're literally in my house. You're seeing my daughter. Like, if you're in my business, I'm going to invite you to my business. So even if I've never had a previous conversation with them, I'll still invite them to join me. And I'm just very straight to the point. I don't like to waste time, and I really don't like people wasting my time. So I literally just say, hey, wasn't sure if you saw I have a new boot camp starting on August 10th. Would it be okay to send you info? Literally, that's it. That's it. I just need to know if they want info. Like, not going to tell them, hey, my name's Danny. I'm Portland, Oregon native. I'm a mom of one. Like, that's fucking weird to me. I don't get when people do that. But so I just say what I have to say. They either respond or they don't. I'm not emotionally attached to that, but I do find that asking, would it be okay if they want info? I do get a lot of people saying, sure. I never use the word interested, because interested somehow commits them, and people are not ready to commit. So I just ask, would it be okay to send you the info? And I've had a lot of people like, yeah, it's so nice. Thank you for asking. Because again, they weren't asking for me to be in their inbox. So if I'm showing up in their inbox unannounced, right, then I'm going to be kind about it. And if they don't respond, great. I'll follow up with them in a month from now, as long as they're still watching and liking my stuff, right? If they obviously unfollow me, I'm not going to go back and invite them. That'd be silly. But I just keep everything really simple. And I just try to make sure I'm as consistent as possible, and making sure that if they do ghost me, that 1 month from there, I'm following up with them. If, they say they want info, my first question is always, are you familiar with Beachbody programs and Shakeology? I need to know what they know, because you'd be surprised how many coaches are trying to get into my shit. And I'm like, you're already a coach, man. Like, go get out of here. It's crazy. They're like, yeah, I'm on my 5th round of Lift 4, and I've been a coach for 10 years. I'm like, what's going on here? So I need to know what they know, so I don't waste my time. Again, if they're like, yeah, I tried P90X 10 years ago, I found some DVDs in my dad's house, then I'm like, hey, cool, glad you know about that. Now we're all digital, so you get everything in one place. So I got to catch them up to speed. If they're like, no, LOL, then I got to give them the whole shebang. But I keep everything short and sweet. I don't answer questions that nobody asked. And again, I'm just consistent. And again, I invite every single day in my stories and in my post. Like, I don't think there's any confusion from people who are watching me, like, on what I do and what I have to offer. So I think that's another part of it. And then I am always showing up. So it's not like I'm here 3 days and then gone 5 days. And I'm like, oh, sorry guys, I've been MIA or I haven't been feeling my best. Like, no, if I'm not feeling my best, I'm like, shit, I feel like shit today. I have rheumatoid arthritis. I am on 3 different kinds of medicines. I try not to complain about it because who fucking cares, right? Like everyone has their own problems. So I just show up regardless because I know that there are people that have it a lot worse than me. I'm not gonna not show up and complain or, not do my job as a coach. Like I made a commitment when I signed up as a coach and it is to become the best version of me. So I'm going to do that. So I show up good, bad, or ugly. And I think, people enjoy seeing the good, but they really relate when I share the bad or the ugly. And that's when I find I get the most support. So, people just want to see real people. They're not looking for perfect. They're not necessarily looking for polished. They just want to see real people. And when it's time to celebrate, they will celebrate with you. And when it's time that you need help, like, I've had to say a couple times, like, I need 2 people to sign up on my team tonight so I can hit this goal. And you'd be surprised who comes out of the woodwork. And they're like, I'll buy Energize. I'm like, well, that doesn't help, but okay, here's a link. Like, but you have to build up that trust. But people want a journey to follow along with. So if you aren't being proof the products work, or every single day you're like, I'm tired, I don't feel like it today. Like, at the end of the day, ask yourself, are you being the type of coach that you hope to recruit? Are you being the type of coach that you hope to recruit? And if the answer is no, then we got to change that. So I don't have an upline. My upline quit. So I've just kind of navigated everything myself for the last 5 years. But like, I know that someone would be lucky to sign me up on their team. And that makes me feel really good. So I want to be the best coach that I can be. So I constantly push myself to hit things. Nobody's telling me to advance in rank. Nobody's telling me to hit SC50, right? No one's telling me to do those things. I'm doing those because I want to, because I want to be the type of coach that I hope to recruit. So I know if I'm skating by, if I'm not getting results, if I'm freaking eating cookies instead of drinking Shakeology, like, and that's not who I'm hoping to recruit. I want to recruit women who want to achieve and want to live big, bold lives. That was a really long answer for that question. Sometimes I just get going. Yeah. Could we show her chart again? I will send Chris the tracker so you guys can have it. How many people do you think you invite per month to get 40 or 50? People think, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So I'll tell you, back in 2015, you could get away with inviting 3 people a day, 3 new people a day, and hit a Success Club every single month. But that's not, it's just a lot noisier now. And, with Instagram and stuff, because back then it was pretty much Facebook. No one was really on Instagram. But I would say 99% of my business comes from Instagram now. It used to be all Facebook. I would never get shit off Instagram. And then late 2017, I made a survey, and I swear to God, it was like everybody wanted to sign up. It was crazy. But I pretty much get all my business from Instagram. Randomly, I'll get a few people on Facebook because, again, I am very consistent. I share every single day. People know what to expect from me. And I don't hide the fact that I want to sign you up. But I would say my goal is to invite 20 people a day and do 10 follow-ups a day. I'm not perfect. I'm not going to tell you I do that every single day. I am certainly not. But today I rocked it out. I filled out my tracker. But again, I've been consistent. There's never been a day that I have not talked to anybody. Like, I talk to someone every single day. My goal is to sign one person up a day. So I have to talk to at least one person, right? So, but my main goal is I try to invite 20 people a day and follow up with 10 people. Because obviously my follow-up's pretty long. But I trying to invite 50 to 100 people a day, that just sounds really overwhelming to me. And I won't do things if it's not fun. So, so I can't do that. So 20 people a day is doable. It pushes me a little bit beyond my comfort zone, but it's attainable every single day. Okay, I'm not there yet, but what do you do if you run out of people? You'll never run out of people. So you're just always adding people, right? Go to friends of friends, friends of friends of friends of friends. If they don't look like a psychopath, I will add them to my network, pretty much. So you never run out of people. You just run out of people that you're comfortable enough to ask. So print out your Facebook friend list, A to Z, start going down it, and you'll realize how many people you have not actually talked to. So, and if you're not adding people, then yes, you may run out of people. But if you're constantly adding people, I mean, I have 3,400 friends on Facebook. I don't have 3,400 customers. So you'll never run out. I mean, I have 12,000 followers on Instagram. I don't have 12,000 customers. So you'll never run out of people. You just run out of people that you're comfortable enough to talk to. So again, it's all about just going 5 feet beyond your comfort zone and asking people to do this with you. You guys are fun. What did you say to boost your Instagram? What did you say you did to boost your Instagram? So I found in the beginning, doing giveaways really helped because it would have people tag others. So it would get their new eyes on your page. But I go and I follow new people every single day. And then I make sure that I'm engaging with those people so they actually follow me back. And then there's a feature, if you go to your friends list on Instagram, it will say 49 accounts least interacted with. Now, as you start following more people, certain people just aren't going to come up on your feed, but there are a lot of people who, they haven't posted since 2016. Well, just unfollow that person, right? So you want to make sure that people you're following are actually active on their social. But I just found the more I engaged with people, the more my following grew. So, it would be friends of friends of friends, or again, people sharing my stuff, sharing a post I made. My daughter's only 3, so I talked a lot about being a mom. I still do, but, a lot about in the beginning as a first-time mom. I think I'm very direct and I just say what I think, and most people don't. So I think a lot of people appreciate that. So they would share my posts. So then new eyes would be on my post. So again, it's just about being consistent and people seeing themselves or relating to you or liking what you say. Like the number one thing people say to me is, "You're so real." I can't be anyone else but myself. So you shouldn't be anyone else but yourself. And people will either love you or hate you for it. It doesn't really matter. Just be yourself, and people will start following you. But if you want new people to follow you, you got to go follow new people, and then you got to engage with them. So following them is not good enough. Do you like and comment on their stuff? Do you make them feel good? Are you paying them compliments? So if you think it, say it. If you scroll by and you think, "Oh my gosh, stunning," like, go write that. Like, if it's someone's anniversary, happy anniversary, all the emojis, woo, right? Like, just whatever you think, just say it. So I always stop myself. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, she looks so good." And I'm like, go back. "Oh my gosh, she looks so good." Then keep going, right? Like, if you think it, say it. Like, we just make it too difficult. And it's really just, if you're on social, be social. That's why people are there. People are posting because they want attention. No other way around it. So give them the attention they want.
Good. Okay, so we're coming up on an hour, and like I said, I want to respect your time too. Shayla had, or no, you had. I think you just answered her question about our IG. So yeah, I mean, it's like you kind of talked about the everybody. This is seltzer water, right? But hey,
Yeah.
And we all have those first posts, so
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I tell you what, so I got a page and a half of notes, and there's a lot of interaction from the people who showed up. Sorry, it was a little light tonight, but really, you know what? And I don't say this on all of my calls, but you crushed this. Like I can't thank you enough for being on. We've got a whole bunch of ladies. What? Oh, Cody agrees. She said it was a great call. We got a lot of people lined up, and and they all know what they're doing, but you've got a talent for delivering that message for, hey, this is what I'm doing. And so I want to recognize that and appreciate that. Um, um, so I know somebody else just said something else. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So um, everybody with the accolades now. So I will post the recording. If you will send me, I'm gonna say it here so that on the recording people were like, hey dude, did you get that or not? But I would love to be able to share with my people, because you were like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but my boot camp starting August 10th. Can I send you the deets? Okay.
Yep.
I would love to be able to share, hey, here's what Danny's deets are, right? This is what that looks like. And you said your follow-up is really long. Just whatever kind of, because conversations, I think, are the things that just because people get hung up on, I think that it just benefits them to just see from other top coaches that, man, all she's doing is talking. Really, right? Like all she's really doing is talking. It's not like she's using hypnotic words or magic phrases or anything like that. But I think that the more that we can show our teams that, the better it would be. And so now it's on the recording, so somebody will remind me to get that from you. But thank you so much. We're going to Disney next week. I think I told you that, right?
So jealous.
Oh,
I actually have a document titled "What Danny Says." It's
Cody
literally
says it's a secret. We're not going to Disney next week. I said we're going to be dizzy next week. I feel a headache coming. It might be a stroke. But so anyway, I don't know. I can't keep secrets.
I
Go
can
ahead.
share that with you as well.
Okay, awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Hit me up when it's time to be like, okay, where do I need to put this new business in, or where we're going to start building, and
I'll
talk
talk to
about
you
it.
August something. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Bye, guys.